Hey guys, it's Poochie. I'm going to talk to you today about my least favorite selling platform. I'm going to give you 5 awesome reasons to not sell on this platform. Yeah, I'm going to tell you why you shouldn't waste your time and your effort and potentially your money selling on this platform, and it's going to surprise you. Let's get into it. Guys, the platform that I'm going to talk to you about today is Depop. So I have talked to a lot of people who have sold on Depop, and one of the biggest problems that people have is they have gotten suspended and or banned for no real reason. Depop kind of, it seems like, expects perfection from their sellers. And I had an account on Depop that was suspended for copyright infringement, even though I sent receipts in. Yes, I sent the receipts in to Depop, proving that my items were authentic. What do you think happened? Nothing. Nothing at all. They still banned my account permanently from selling there. So let me tell you what happened. There was one item that was a vintage item that someone, said it was a copyright infringement. It wasn't a copyright infringement. But Depop doesn't seem to care. The other item is an item that I sent actually receipts in. It's an item that I purchased at TJ Maxx. And I sent actually the receipts in proving that it was authentic. Doesn't matter. They expected me to send in proof again, and I decided to just let it go. Our corporation has another selling account on Depop, but we aren't going to be really listing things there. And I'll tell you why. Here are 5 big reasons you do not want to waste your time, effort, or money selling on Depop. So let's get into it. Number 1, like Whatnot has a problem with customer service. Depop has a huge problem with customer service for sellers. Customer support can be slow and unhelpful, especially if you have a dispute, especially if you have something where you get a copyright strike, copyright infringement strike. They're not eBay. They don't, eBay, as bad as eBay is sometimes, they usually will listen to reason, and you can usually get someone in their support team to help you. Poshmark is kind of the same way, but a lot of these other platforms, they just don't spend enough money on their customer service representatives. And so what happens is you're kind of out there just floating in space, and you are kind of left to your own devices to figure it out on your own. And if you have a problem, they do not solve it. Number 4, poor search algorithm. So Depop search and discovery features are notoriously bad. Your listings will get buried. The algorithm seems to support popular sellers, kind of the same with Whatnot. But if you are a new or smaller account, it doesn't matter how great your stuff is, you're going to have a really hard time growing. And especially if you don't list a lot of items. And if you don't boost your items, which they charge you another 8% for, or boost your store or put things on sale, you're going to have a hard time making money on Depop. Let's get into number 3. Depop has a trend chasing buyer base. So what does that mean? That means people are on Depop, a lot of younger people looking for certain styles, certain trends. Depop caters heavily to Gen Z trends and aesthetics, Y2K, grunge, indie. If your item doesn't fit that niche, you may not get visibility or sales. And we actually had that happen to us. A lot of the other items, if they weren't grunge or vintage t-shirts or Y2K stuff. It just didn't get a lot of interest. Now we have sold some things, like we've sold some ladies' blouses and some other things, but Depop was probably, even more than Mercari, we had less sales on Depop than any of our main platforms: eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, Depop. It's just, we never really sold a lot. And I have a ton of vintage t-shirts. I have a store, brick and mortar store, full of vintage t-shirts and jeans and all sorts of things that Depop buyers love. But here's the thing. The number 2 reason to not sell on Depop is because there is a lowball culture on Depop. So what does that mean? Lowball offers, and there's a haggling culture, which means if you have $20 on a t-shirt and it's worth $20, they want to offer you $5 or $7. And there are a lot of lowball offers coming in on Depop, and the problem is people make offers, right? They don't have to buy them. Someone can make you an offer on this $20 shirt for $15, $17. You go, oh, wow, okay, yeah, I'll take that. And then they don't pay. So it's kind of like Depop waste your time. You accept these offers. Say you accept 100 offers on Depop and 3 of your items sell. It's just not a very high percentage of people making offers and actually following through with buying the items. And then the number 1 reason to not sell on Depop is because they do not care about you as a seller. They do not care. eBay used to be like this a while ago. eBay has gotten better, I would say, in general, about selling, caring for the sellers. So what happens on Depop is, if you make a mistake, I'll tell you my situation, right? So I bought a shirt from TJ Maxx. TJ Maxx is one place that sometimes we'll go and we'll source, and we'll get some really cool Ralph Lauren or some other things, check on eBay, see what they're selling for, and then we resell them on eBay. We don't do it very often, but to get a copyright counterfeit, it was a counterfeit on this item, I think. To get a counterfeit warning and strike, even though you have a receipt from where you bought it, specifically saying that you purchased this item from a national store, they don't care. They just don't care. They ask you to send, like they asked us to send receipt, photos of the garment. We did everything. And then we took it back to TJ Maxx because nowhere else did it get a counterfeit. No other platform did it get a counterfeit strike or counterfeit warning, only on Depop. So even after providing Depop with the proof, still banned for life on that account. Anyway, it's very easy to get another account if you so desire on Depop, if your one has been suspended. But we invested a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of hours listing things, cross-listing things on Depop, and just really not worth it, because so many sellers, including myself, have been suspended or banned. And then what you have to do is you literally have to get a different account and then start listing stuff on the different account. And it's just a pain in the butt. There is no reason to sell on Depop because, honestly, unless you want to sell stuff really, really cheap, we're talking like $5 when you could probably make 15 on eBay. Unless you want to do that, you really don't want to sell on Depop. So you guys know me, I say buy low, sell high. you can't really sell high on Depop because, like I said, it's a haggling lowball culture that they have established there. No offense to any Depop sellers who love Depop. That's great for you, but I make a lot more money selling things on eBay, Poshmark, even Mercari, my brick and mortar store. So it's definitely, for us, not worth it to sell on Depop, especially because I had 2 warnings on my account. One of them was for this shirt that was vintage that wasn't a copyright infringement, and the other one was for counterfeit for this item that I bought at TJ Maxx, and proved that I bought it at TJ Maxx. They still would not remove it from my account. And keep in mind, I've sold a lot of items on Depop, or had, and I actually had very good feedback, very good buyer response, and we had thousands and thousands of items on Depop. So for me to say not worth it, it's really not worth it. So I say stay away from Depop, guys. It's just not worth it. You invest a lot of time and effort, and then they kind of cut your legs out from under you. It's happened not only to me, but a lot of other sellers. And unlike Poshmark, where, you know, I got a suspension on Poshmark because of the new rules, but I got my account back. So it wasn't that big of a deal. Depop doesn't do that. If you get, I know someone who said he didn't even get a warning, and his Depop account, where he sold a lot of stuff, was just banned. So don't risk it. It's not worth it. I would love to have Depop comment to this video and tell me what is actually up their ass. Pardon my French. But let me know if you have any history with Depop, if you know anybody who has had history with Depop and this has happened to them, because I'm curious to know. But as of right now, Poochie says to Depop. Thanks for watching, guys. Remember to buy low, sell high, and we'll see you on the next one. Ciao.